Island tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on WINNMedia 98.9.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwyneth, Johnson.
Morning, people.
Morning.
You just said something and it was, oh, morning. What is morning, Peter Cabbage Man? Don't know what I mean, but...
Morning, Peter Cabbage Man. What's that?
That's what old people say. I don't know what it means.
Okay. I must have.
But here we go.
I have a few old folks in my life and I've never heard that before. So that must be, maybe that's a Kittitian thing. But then I have Kittitian old folks in my life, so I don't understand. I'm losing some, I'm missing out on something. Good morning.
I need to figure out what it means. I'll try to do some research and see what it means.
All right, very well. Listeners, this is the voice of Mr. Kevon Hanley. I'm not sure. Your partners are silent. We're
not.
Jade and Azem.
Oh, no fear, for they are here.
Oh. Well, Azem stepped out for a second, but I am here at least.
Very well. Good morning, Jade. How are you?
Good morning. I am fair to partly cloudy, with a few scattered showers.
I suspect we're all partly cloudy in the Caribbean right now because we're paying attention to our friends in Barbados. I was hoping to, I think I may have even promised that we would link up with Carol Martindale. But Carol says, Darren, right now things are frantic with her because she's she's under the gun or under the weather, literally.
Oh,
because Elsa is now, let me read you the latest on Elsa if I can.
Sure.
Let me see if the tech can help me out here with this. Surface observations from Barbados indicate that Elsa's maximum sustained winds have increased to near 75 miles an hour and that the cyclone is now a hurricane. A special advisory will be issued within the hour in place of the normal intermediate advisory. The Met Office of Barbados has issued a hurricane warning for Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Meteorological Office of St. Lucia has also issued a hurricane warning for St. Lucia. The Meteorological Office of Barbados reported a sustained wind of 74 miles an hour with gusts up to 86 miles an hour. And that was a summary that we got at just about 20 minutes ago out of Barbados. So
Elsa not playing, boy.
Yeah, it's not playing. Carol is under the gun. I'll probably try and message her after to see how she's doing, but she did tell me she was going to be, it was probably not the best time for her to engage, although it would have made for exciting radio. So I'm a little disappointed from that point of view, but I mean, we can't be selfish. So we wish her and all the citizens of Barbados, or the residents of Barbados who might or might not be citizens as well, all the very best with Elsa.
Definitely, because can't believe we're already back into hurricane season.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of social media chatter already, and I'm seeing people saying roofs are coming off, lampposts are coming down, and I'm like, wow, I had no idea it was that type of strength already.
Yeah, these days, when hurricane season comes and there are things coming to my phone or I get these alerts on Twitter, I pay attention to them because these storms, they may look innocent. It may, it's just a wave and so on. And somehow they seem to, that movie, I can't remember the name of the movie, but there was a movie about these storms that seem to be, they have some sort of intelligence to them. They know when they're approaching landfall and they seem to strengthen. I mean, look at what happened with Maria in Dominica with this storm that looked like, okay, they were going to get some weather. Geostorm, that was the name of the movie, Geostorm.
Oh, right, yes. I have.
Yes. But, to me, this is, I guess, life imitating Hollywood or life imitating art. Because you have, I would never forget, Maria approaching Dominica. Well, I think it was a depression in one instance. Of course, they graduate from the depression to the storm to thing, but it was a storm. And then by the time it hit Dominica, I mean, the thing was a Cat 5. And then it turned and went up the whole axis of Dominica. It's a movie. I just couldn't believe it. And so ever since then, I said, you know what? I'm not going to take any weather, even if it's just a wave. Don't pay attention to it. I pay attention to it. If it doesn't strike or it's not as strong as I anticipate, all the better. Hallelujah. But other than that, friend, I don't trust these storms. Period. I think, to me, they've taken on a life that is quite apart from what they were when I was growing up, to me. But that's just my mind going. Maybe it's warped by Geostorm and Hollywood generally.
Well, I can't even say that because I remember we had a Cat 4, was it? What was George? I remember that one at least.
George?
Maybe a 4, I think. Well, I think
George
maybe a 4.
George was a Cat 5?
I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't a Cat 5. I think it was a Cat 4.
Yeah, a Cat 3 or 4. I don't think it was a Cat 5. But there you are. The point is, it rampled us up. That's the point.
Very much so.
Yeah, that's the point. So, how are things in St Kitts? I think I got a message overnight about something out of St Kitts, and I'm going to try and pull it up. But in the meantime...
Relying on us now.
I didn't hear that. What day?
I asked who laying on us.
Yeah, I don't.
So Darren, if you got the message and it was not that great, we could just not talk about it.
No, I'm gonna read it. Something by Dr. Derek Jeffers. Who is he?
He's a local doctor. He's a OBGYN.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was in the news this week, or in social media.
I think social media wise, yes.
Yeah, he made a post with some observations and suggestions as it relates to handling of the COVID-19 situation.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess there were people who were giving their views on his view.
Basically.
Okay. Basically, the concept of rethinking our strategy to deal with coronavirus infection and COVID-19 is nothing new. However, one thing must be clear in their understanding and clear in the solutions that we put forward. Identifying the problem is easy. Finding and putting into effect workable solutions is totally different. I think that's, at least he started out good. I didn't get to read the entire thing because, like I said, it came in, I don't know, overnight when I was in Australia or Germany or something, or Sierra Leone. So, yeah. But were his comments and suggestions well received?
I think depending on the side of the fence you're on, it seems as though some people see any conversation or suggestions as a direct attack on the people who are implementing the policies now. Some people side for what I think it was, which was just his view as a medical doctor and ways we could approach the situation. So I think it was mixed reviews, kind of down the middle from what I could tell. But I think we've been having several people making similar suggestions and stuff like that. I think he's a medical doctor, one, and he's also someone who isn't generally thought of as, somebody who's outspoken. So I think that kind of fueled it as well, along with the comments, yes. But I think that kind of fueled it.
Understood. But how are things though in St. Kitts? What's your dashboard saying? How are people responding to the vaccine program?
We actually.
So
Yeah, go ahead, Kevon.
go ahead first. Okay, well, let me give the numbers. Okay, so in the last 24 hours, as of Thursday's report, we had 11 confirmed cases. Active, we now have 255. Total number of cases since the pandemic began is now at 457. We have 199 recovered, still at 3 deaths, which I hope stays put. And yeah, the number of active cases is decreasing, because at one point we had over 300 active cases. So we're now at 255, and I hope the numbers, continue to go down.
Right,
So
right.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's happening is that we have completed what's been called the first phase of our vaccine rollout. On the 30th, that would have been the last day to get your jab, because of the fact that the vaccines that we had were going to expire by that date. And so we're at a point now where there seems to be efforts to try and secure more vaccines. I mean, we here on the show have our conspiracies. Apparently, Kevon thinks that they had they have more vaccines here all the time.
Oh dear.
Kevon.
Okay.
Kevon.
What?
Okay.
What?
Kevon thinks. Okay.
Kevon don't think that. Okay, but
But Azem could send me to jail if he really wanted to.
With ease.
but I think that
Your friends, your secrets.
yeah. But they're saying that the vaccine rollout is being touted as a success. Phrases are being said like we're one of the most vaccinated countries on the planet and stuff like that. So for the most part, the health officials are thanking people for coming out and getting their jab and stuff like that, and we're looking forward to the second phase.
You want to give them the numbers for the last known date that we have?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so as of Wednesday, 30th June, doses administered in St Kitts are 32,225. Doses administered in Nevis are 9,625. We have a total doses administered are 41,850, and total fully vaccinated are 18,913.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
No.
I think your percentages then would be higher than us, because if you're 32,000 who've received the dose period, we are 36, and I think our population is double yours.
Yeah, so actually,
Yeah.
as it relates to the first dose, we're just under 70% of our target number.
Ah.
And for the second dose, we had 57.2%. So not bad at all. I think the health officials are happy.
And we started before you, so y'all have made
Yeah.
some good ground.
Yeah,
Congratulations, yeah.
yeah.
Because we started, I think it was the last week in February. So I think we've done great progress. Everybody would like it to be better because of the pandemic, but I think the numbers are great.
Yeah, we're actually in the ending our first week of a full 24-hour lockdown here. Yesterday and today, people are allowed to move about to get their essentials. So supermarkets are open. The fact that we've been dealing with the threats to some weathers and weather systems, the hardware stores are also open. So people are moving about, getting what they need to get. Yesterday there were some long lines around the financial institutions as well.
I saw a video of
Yeah.
the people outside, and it looked like carnival.
Yeah, but I think one of the things that we're watching and seeing how it develops is the fact that we had a new case being found in Nevis, and this person had no travel history. So I guess now they're trying to isolate that case and figure out where that person may have contracted it from to try and stem this spread, because Nevis has not had the level of spread that we've had here in St Kitts. So
Far from. A matter of fact, that they've only contracted 2 cases over the period that we've been.
last 5 weeks, pretty much.
And we've had over 300?
Yeah. So
And this 300 stems from one breach, right? From what I gather.
yeah, that's what it's looking like. And so that's why I guess it was important for us to kind of figure out what variant we were dealing with. It's been told to us now that we're dealing with the Lambda variant, as classified by the World Health Organization, which, although it doesn't cause more severe symptoms than the original strain. It's more transmissible. So that's kind of what we're dealing with now.
That's the concern.
Yeah, but I think for the most part, especially on the lockdown days, the movement has been very restricted. Thankfully, we've been seeing, a steady decrease in the positive cases daily.
Yeah, I think yesterday was the first time that we had a double digit, which was 11 all week. We were having like zeros and ones and twos, I think threes, and then we had 11 yesterday. So
I mean, the hope is that this measure that's been put in place by the government does kind of help us to stop the spread, and so that's kind of where we're at. People just kind of figuring out how to pass the time at home.
Yep.
How has that been?
Getting into all kind of trouble, you know it is. Social media will do it.
Trouble or bad trouble? There's good trouble and bad trouble. It depends.
Oh, nothing to think it's boy.
Well, Jade, what kind of trouble you get into?
I don't get into any.
Oh, the mercy.
Any type at all.
Yeah, Kevon sipping his water. He knows better.
Yeah, Kevon knows better. Yeah, so here, just to share with you our numbers. Well, I think did I share the numbers? No. We had one new case from the last dashboard, which is dated, it was published on the 30th of June. This is based on statistics up to the 29th, which is the day before. One new case, no hospitalizations, no one in isolation, and then they have 1,264 confirmed cases, for the entire period of the pandemic. And the vaccinated numbers, 36,432. We don't have a target stated. The Ministry of Health, for one reason or another, has not stipulated a specific target. So we don't have that target in mind, or goal post, if you will. I am inclined to think that it might be helpful to have a target, because it gives people a sense of direction.
So it's a goal to work towards.
Yes, it is a goal to work towards. So it's something that I think they should do. I'll suggest it to Sir Malwyn Joseph and his team, and see if they would take that on board. Second dose, 27,563. The country was contemplating sending the vaccines that were about to expire to another CARICOM territory. Then I was advised that the COVAX doesn't like that. You need to send it back to them and let them determine whatever happens with them. But anyway, it turned out to be all moot, because from what I gather, most of the vaccines that were due to expire as of the 30th of the month of June, the month I just concluded, would have been used up. So because what they did was essentially tell those individuals who were to be vaccinated in July for the second shot to just come in June, because they would have already gone through the period of time that you need to at least have elapsed before you take the second shot. So that's what people did. And I think that was a pretty clever move. It was quick thinking to try and not have a situation where we're discarding vaccines, which is really a shame, because there are people around the world who are dying from this thing in droves, literally, and they don't have any vaccines, and it's really a shame. It would be a shame. Also, on the vaccination front, we got the Sinopharm, 20,000 doses of Sinopharm. It was brought here by a Venezuelan 737. Conviesa, I think is the name of the airline, and this was middle of the week. So we have 20,000 Sinopharm vaccines from the People's Republic of China.
Okay.
So over some now?
So
I tell you what, my guys will talk to you. My guys will talk to your guys. I don't know if the folks in the Ministry of Health, I don't know. I guess we'll see how many people take up the Sinopharm. I don't know when they're going to actually start to put it in arms. So I suppose I'm hopeful that some communication will come from the Ministry of Health in that regard. And then there's some people who are a little skeptical about the Sinopharm. As much as the AstraZeneca might have its critics, people buying, 36,000 people have taken it. It'll be interesting to see how many people are willing to take the Sinopharm. To be honest with you, most people that I interact with, or that interact with me on Facebook and so on, they suggest to me that they would prefer The Cuban vaccine seems to be number one on everybody's list. I haven't heard anybody who says they won't take the Cuban vaccine. I think Cuban health diplomacy over the years has really worked to great effect. We believe in the Cubans. We believe in their healthcare system. And for good reason.
Right.
And so therefore, most people would want to take the Cuban vaccine. I mean, I'm sure I would be willing to take it myself if I had no other choice. Or should I say, if I did not have the AstraZeneca, that is, because I already have taken the AstraZeneca. So, I don't think I could mix in vaccine would make sense. But the point is, most people would be willing to take the Cuban vaccine. Others, I think, next to that would either be the Pfizer or the Moderna, which would be the mRNA vaccines, because people believe in their efficaciousness. And then third in that line would be the Johnson & Johnson. And this is all anecdotal in my mind. This is just based on what people have, the feedback I get. Johnson & Johnson. People like the Johnson & Johnson because it's one shot. I perhaps won't have it at the top of my list or the second on my list because I don't think, based on the numbers, purely the numbers, it's not as efficacious. And they've had some production problems as well. So I'd probably, the Cuban and then the Pfizer and Moderna. Those seem to be the ones that people are gravitating towards mostly.
Yeah, I think I could say from my conversations with people as well, like that seems to be the thing. I actually have some friends who booked a flight to Miami because they were giving out the Moderna at the airport in Miami. So they literally just went to Miami for a weekend and got their first jab. And so the persons are, making decisions that they feel best based on the information available to them. So we'll see how it all pans out.
We'll certainly see how that all plays out. So those are some of the developments there. What else is happening in Antigua and Barbuda? I mean, there's always a lot happening. I don't know if there's any particular question you all have for me.
Yes, we do. So
because we got news too. We got news too.
I think it's only you alone on news.
Yeah, we got some scoop on Antigua. So we'd love to hear more about this man who was fined $400 for throwing KFC over a prison wall.
Oh Lord, really? Of all the stories, that's the one you decided to hold on to.
This is near and dear to us here in St Kitts because we are very proud of our KFC product.
Yes.
Yes.
And so we are wondering how does something like this happen? I mean,
I feel like I have friends that would do the same thing for me. So
I'm actually trying to find the story, to be honest with you, because
don't worry, we have it. We
can read it for you if you'd like.
Go ahead and read
so
it,
a Fort Road man has been fined $400 for trying to throw KFC over the walls of Her Majesty's prison. Kelson Andrew was caught red-handed with the KFC box containing 4 biscuits, 3 portions of fries, and he said he was trying to help out my partner. Yeah. He was spotted by police, and an officer chased him and caught him in the vicinity of Community First Credit Union and Old Parham Road. He was then taken to police headquarters where he was asked to place a note on the fast food box detailing its content. Look, Darren, what's going on? We are throwing KFC over walls.
No, but you see, the concern for me is, the biggest concern for me is what type of
meal it was?
No, the problem I'm having is
spicy or original?
There was no chicken in the box.
There was no chicken in the box?
Yes, that's the
whole point of the lockup. Because we don't just charge
fries. Does it speak to the quality of Antigua's KFC?
What it was, fries and biscuit?
Fries and biscuit.
Just fries and biscuit.
Not even water behind it.
We don't know if his friend in prison was vegetarian.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Right.
Yeah.
Any word on that, Darren? Was he vegan?
I must confess, I saw the story. I think I made a comment on it as I went through the paper, and I did not. It was not one of the stories that I delved into or made any comment on because I thought it was, as you're trying to do right now, it was somewhat comical. So I before I said anything naughty, I decided, let me just move on from that because I know I was going to say something out of the way. And y'all not going to trap me into saying something out of the way now. But the thought that crossed my mind at the time was probably not one that was a very pleasant thought. And I know my mother listens from time to time, and But yeah, I mean, listen, it's not a laughing matter. He probably was responding to a plea from his partner, as you say, trying to help out his partner.
They're a good friend.
What's that? Sorry?
He's a good friend.
Yeah, he's a good friend. And perhaps he was well-intentioned, But it also speaks to the whole issue of prison security, yeah?
Yes,
there is
exactly.
Prison security, and that is a serious issue because there have been, I think once every few months, we have a story in the paper about contraband making it into the prison, whether it be family members or whoever is allowed to visit prisoners. Somehow, things are smuggled into the prison. Somehow, prisoners are able to get their hands on things that they ought not get their hands on. And so that is the wider issue.
Right.
But yes, it was a little bit of comic relief, I suspect, in some circles. Hello, good morning.
Yeah,
in
but
some circles, as it relates to the Kentucky box.
Yeah, but I am now right. I guess really valuing my Antiguan friends because it's proven that you guys will go way above and beyond
Yes.
prison walls
It is
for your friends.
Kentucky is the national dish, huh?
Kentucky is the national dish there too?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Kentucky is a national dish. That's the story. I mean, I still think it's pepper pot and to a lesser extent fungi and saltfish and so on. I tend to go traditional when it comes to that sort of thing. But the people will say that in terms of
KFC.
consumption and popularity, Kentucky is it. KFC is it.
Yeah, I could imagine. That's definitely an argument being made here as well, so we could relate.
Trust me, I know some people who would throw some KFC chicken over the prison wall for their friends, okay?
Yes.
They need it.
Yes. After all, that's what friends are for.
Oh, you better believe it.
Let me ask you this. You guys got a cruise ship the other day? Somebody got a cruise ship this week.
Wasn't us.
Well, we ain't get nothing except 14 days.
I think the
14 days.
When does your curfew end?
Well, it's next week. Next weekend.
Next weekend.
Yeah, so we have one more week. Pent up.
Okay.
And then we see how it goes from there. I don't know.
But y'all are essential workers, man. Y'all not pent up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We're able to move.
Yes, but you see, here's the thing, Darren. We are responsible essential workers. So we don't find ourselves outside unless we need to,
Yes. And even when we need to, we don't go. So
yes.
I don't know. There's a BS meter that's going off in my studio.
Okay, tell us how you really feel about us, Darren.
Well, I'm sorry, Darren, your meter seems to be broken because it's either it's broken or it's picking up something coming out of your studio.
No, what's coming out of my studio is not that at all. I'll tell you. If you want to stick with us in our entertainment segment, you'll understand why. But I have a very lovely guest who's going to be joining us in studio, and I think our listeners are going to be surprised because we've had to do a little programming change. But I'll make the introduction after you all are gone, so you all are not going to enjoy it.
I thought you was going to give us this sneak peek, man. You're being petty.
I wonder if I should do it while y'all want to meet her?
We want to know who she is.
Yeah.
You want to know who she is? I'll tell her to come. And I'll introduce her to you and everyone else. By the way, just before we go on to the lighter side of life, just to share with you that there was a discussion taking place here in Antigua and Barbuda. The reason why I asked you about cruise ships is that we are slated to receive our first cruise ship, I think in 10 days, 10 to 14 days, sometime in the middle of July. And there is a debate and a discussion about vaccinated passengers on these cruise ships. Most of the cruise ships that ply the Caribbean waters are headquartered, the companies that own them are headquartered in Florida. And the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, has made the decision that any cruise line that insists that the passengers disclose their vaccination status is going to be fined. All right, I don't have the details of the fine structure, if it's per passenger or they just have a general fine or whatever. But essentially that's a concern because, of course, here health authorities are concerned, or individuals are concerned, that unvaccinated passengers could come here, bring COVID and cause us a problem. And then, of course, they get to go back to from whence they came, and we get stuck here and end up back
dealing with the situation.
Yep, especially since early on, a lot of the tourism industries were looking at the fact that they were, I guess, maybe not promised, but they had the hope that all of the passengers would be coming here vaccinated to have an extra layer of protection for the citizens. And now for them to be told that, you don't really have to do it or you don't have to disclose, like, what about the people's islands that they're coming to?
I didn't care about that.
Apparently not.
Yeah, apparently. Darren, it should be entered into the Guinness Book of World Records as the most expensive KFC. Oh, Lord of mercy.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, making light of the situation. Oh, somebody's telling me the boat was cancelled? Oh, okay. All right. Well, I haven't gotten that memo, but the point is it's a big debate because there are some government officials who firmly believe that if they are unvaccinated, they should not be allowed to come on shore here in Antigua and Barbuda to cause us problems. And then, of course, the cabinet did, or the chief of staff and the cabinet notes did suggest that, hey, we have locals here who could have COVID and they could be spread here as well. So there's a bit of a debate, if you will, on the issue of unvaccinated passengers on cruise ships taking place here in Antigua. But the main concern is that, again, you have a situation where people are concerned that for the sake of tourism, on which we depend so heavily, locals might have to restrict their freedom restricted while the tourists appear to be basically doing quite well, and being able to move about the country, move about their hotel properties in relative comfort and luxury, while we have to be held up in our homes and offices, and in some cases, well, just our homes because of restrictions and lockdowns. So there's a debate there. Somebody's WhatsApping me and saying the ship cancelled. I did not get that memo. So I'll have to verify that. Thank you very much for drawing that to my attention, listener. I'll reach out to my friends in cruise ports and find out if that is indeed the case for confirmation. And but yeah, that was a part of the debate that took place in Antigua during the course of this week, and I suspect it's not going to end because COVID is still around. Cruise ships are going to inevitably reach our shores because I think it was BVI and St. Lucia. I just got the memo. BVI and St. Lucia, they got their first cruise ships. So I guess we're watching them to see how they handle the situation and learn from there on in. Oh, okay. All right. Let me read the story. In a blow to the long-awaited return of the cruise ship industry on ice for more than a year due to the pandemic, Crystal Cruises has cancelled its recently announced voyages from Antigua and St. Martin. The company said yesterday that the reason was due to an ongoing uncertainty regarding some ports of call and the availability of adequate airlift. The cancellations affect all Crystal Symphony voyages planned from both Antigua and St. Martin, departing between August and December this year. Charles Max Fernandez, the tourism minister, says the news is disappointing. Of course, he's going to say that. Okay. Crystal said that it will instead be deploying its vessels very close to home on itineraries okay, yeah, all right. So thanks so much. And that was actually from my news. I guess I missed the big stories this morning. I was busy getting ready for the second hour, so I missed that story. So thanks so much for that, listener, and thanks so much for that newsroom. So there you have it. The cruise ship that was coming is not coming again. Wow.
Because we were supposed to get one. We were supposed to get one as well, and of course, there was a change. There was a change in that plan, and well, that sparked other kinds of conversations. You had people who were basically told they would not be able to work in the industry and they're not vaccinated, and then now they're saying we're vaccinated and the ship ain't coming. You have persons who were talking about where's the ship? Why the ship don't just come? We need to get tourism back going. Like, so there's all sorts of conversations happening around that issue here as well. So it really seems as though we're going to have to take a hard look at where the region goes in relation to tourism and how we interact with the outside world, because as of right now, there seems to not be any real answers. Things change so quickly.
Yeah, and that's difficult, especially for the stakeholders who depend heavily on the cruise ship industry in particular.
For sure.
Anyway, before we go, I do want to introduce you to our guest in studio. She was actually not announced this morning when I started the program, but because of a late program shift, and as fate would have it, she was available. Let's just put it that way, for the purposes of our airwaves. She is none other than Jashawn Hughes. She's very well known in Antigua and Barbuda. She's known for her skills as an entertainer, singer, right? Very lovely, effervescent personality. But she's also becoming more known for her love of fitness. Good morning, Jashawn Hughes.
Good morning to Darren and everybody else who's listening.
All right.
Morning.
Good
These
morning.
are our friends in St Kitts.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Did I hear you wanted to know something about Kevon? Was it you?
I just like to see Kevon. That's
You
all.
like to
Good
see
morning,
Kevon?
Kevon.
Kevon?
On a roll, boy.
Kevon?
On a roll.
Listen, I am going to. You're gonna have to block your camera. You know.
Good morning, Kevon.
You have
Good
you
morning.
Rhoda,
Good morning.
Rhoda down in Trinidad, and now you have Jashawn here in Antigua. I
You have
mean,
a Rhoda in
Kevon, you have
Trinidad?
a Rhoda. Yes,
Boy,
a Rhoda.
Kevon, come look, we're going to start to sell you, boy. You're really doing it.
Watch here. Darren, forget tourism, we're just exporting Kevon.
At this point.
There we go. We
doing
diversifying
well
the
up
economy.
Yes, so that would be the stimulus that my friends in the opposition were talking about. Kevon, what can I tell you? Hey, as a friend of mine would say, Kevon, in life you either have it or you don't. And
Have
apparently
it,
you
and you have
don't.
it, boy.
Kevon definitely had it.
Ooh.
What? Just look at his smile.
I
He
know,
can't
right?
stop blushing. He take off his camera. Oh Lord, we're having some fun in the
Oh,
studio.
God. Yeah, I got my friend blushing over here. He's only red and all.
Oh, I love it.
Kevon, hey, congratulations, my friend. God has
you very
gifted
much.
you, and hey, nothing at all wrong with that.
It's a win. It's a win.
It is a win.
He's a win, boy.
Anyway, folks, we're gonna go. We have some messages we need to share from our various partners, and I guess you have to do your thing as well. And then we'll wrap up this program with Jashawn. So all the best to you. I'll send you some music from Jashawn so that you can,
Yeah, for
And
sure.
y'all
Thank
also
you.
Let me know when the music fest will be back on. If it's
Oh yes.
Definitely.
Fingers crossed.
supposed to come last year, but the whole COVID stuff. So
Yeah,
damn
man.
you, COVID.
I
See,
know, right?
Kevon, you could have met her last year.
Don't worry.
Nothing before its time.
The future has limitless possibilities. You know?
That's right.
You hear, Liz? Anyway, folks, have a good weekend.
I like it.
Jade, Amali, Kevon, all the best.
All right, Darren, you
All right,
take
all
care,
right.
man.
Did I have that? Did I say something wrong just now?
You said Amali, but we understand.
I said Azem, right?
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry. Pat, that was a slip of the tongue, no fault of the mind. You see how quickly I picked that up? Ha ha. I guess I'm so distracted at the fact that I am here in studio.
Oh,
She now study
come
me.
on,
And she
Darren.
Well,
You do this to yourself,
like
you
your
know.
friend said it. Darren,
Huh?
your friend said it. You either have it or you don't.
Shots fired. Kevon, all right, take care.
All right,
of
see you guys.
Have a
All
safe
right.
weekend. Enjoy your
You
weekend.
too.
That was fun.
All right, man.
Every week is a little different of proposition, such as life. Oh,
Boy.
That was your episode. Let's just go because I know what y'all
No,
gonna
don't
do.
try that. Don't try that at all. Eh? Me have the bag. Listen, Kevon, we're going to have to export you.
No, it's
Diversify the economy.
Diversify the economy.
Listen, every time one of Darren gets to you, they go crazy.
The Ministry of Kevon Export needs to
gonna
be
look into
established.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you to my parents.
It's the new teeth, you know?
I just want to be the PS.
Thank you to my
I want to be
parents.
the PS I want to be the PS in the ministry there.
I tell you, it's the teeth.
Yeah. Hey, but quick question. How much prisons Her Majesty really got by? Anybody ever do
Like
a check?
20 apparently because
Anybody ever
when
do
I
a check?
first
Let me Google.
when I started reading
All the colonies.
article, I thought it was St Kitts, but then I'm like Fort Road?
Well, you
It
never,
began at Fort Road, and I'm like, did we write this wrong? Because I'm like Fort Road, Fort Street, Her Majesty. But apparently it's Antigua, so
Yeah,
I guess
Fort
Her
Road,
Majesty just enjoy having prisons.
Clearly.
you never hear about Her Majesty school yet.
14.
She has 14?
Wait,
She
in the
need
UK.
to go
That's in the
letter.
UK. Let me see in the Caribbean.
That's in the UK alone. And then every single colony got one still.
Apparently.
That's like 576.
In the world. Wait,
Oh, crazy.
let me see.
But yeah, I mean, that's Oh. I don't even know. I don't even know if I really want it changed. Like,
one in Bahamas, one in Grenada.
They all over tell you all these colonies got Her Majesty's prison.
Mm-hmm. She doing it by
Her Majesty's School for the Arts.
No, they
you don't hear that?
No,
no? Oh, my bad.
Prison more needed apparently. Yes.
Well,
big up Her Majesty one time.
Big up
and all her
Lizzie. Big up Lizzie one time. Oh boy. But yeah, guys, I think somebody is going to have to. I think somebody is going to have to do an official.
Oh, Elsa acting up.
Oh yeah, Elsa been going crazy from morning.
Is this in Barbados? Lord, Elsa is acting up in Barbados.
Yeah, the video is making the rounds now.
Already going.
Yeah, the videos are making the rounds this morning.
Wow.
But I think somebody is going to have to do a real study to find out exactly how do we rank each island's KFC. I think it's long overdue.
Yeah, I mean, take it.
But you know what I think? You know what I think?
There's a couple that I think close.
That it would have to be like it would have to be somebody that is not native to the Caribbean, because I think if we have like natives rank the KFC,
no. It has to be a panel. That's what it has to be. It has to be a panel.
But a panel of unbiased, an unbiased panel, because usually everybody I've met few people that would admit that another island has better KFC than their island. Very few.
No, but very few. But a lot of I've had that from people who came to St Kitts and Nevis KFC. So in other words, that's the way I know that ours is on a level.
No,
because
I was up there for real.
Like listen, I'm telling you, when somebody gonna say the KFC in another country is better than theirs, then you know. Okay, your country you got on point.
We've been had this.
So to me, the consensus does be Trinidad, Jamaica, St Kitts, and then coming up somewhere in the radio, St Martin.
I think KFC may think he popping like that.
I think St Martin's KFC is okay. Like I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it's nothing to. It doesn't go oh my gosh for me, but it's good food. You know.
So I think Jamaica, Trinidad, St Kitts seem to be the ones who are here consistently.
Oh, somebody.
I know who consistently is on the bottom rung of the ladder. Y'all ain't gonna make me get in trouble.
So allegedly, that's what you have to, just try allegedly in there and you're good. But somebody is saying Jet Set Sarah, she has been exploring the KFCs in different islands. That's vibes.
Okay. I want to see what her verdict is.
See somebody calling to tell us who KFC is the best. Oh, they're not biased.
Since we are in class,
you think so?
I'm telling you. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
I get in the silent. Bye. See?
They'll call back.
Yeah, they probably will.
They're probably calling to lambaste us for our blasphemy, speaking of any other countries, KFC possibly being as good as ours. Probably that's what's going on.
Well,
you know what we should do? We should get like the divisions to rank. The Caribbean.
No, man.
No, you crazy?
We don't hook them, so
that's why we don't put Obi in it.
But that's why, because we're going to win.
But we have the caller back up, Kevon. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
In response to what you were saying in terms of rating the Kentucky products, I suggest you call Mr. Colin Grant. He would be able to give you a lot of information. I'll be surprised if you don't. But you'll be surprised to know something. So call Mr. Colin Grant, and he'll be able to take you on the walk.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right, man. Right now, Witty trying to jam me. Witty, I was.
Oh yes.
I arrest the man as if now lock more KFC.
Yeah, but I haven't been to KFC in quite some time.
And you can't go over this weekend because the KFC lines. Listen, yesterday people had to park up in the parking lot yesterday. Not talking about the people in the line itself, eh? People had to park on the parking lot and in the grass and wait until the people in the lines
Oh, and enjoying back the line.
Listen, people wanted the KFC yesterday, okay?
I mean, if you're getting locked down for some time, I mean, KFC does seem to be a good option. Yeah, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing. Corruption.
Don't try that, you know?
Corruption.
Think me see a Jeep yesterday anyway?
Okay, no, see now you just lose out. Because you know me driving my Jeep.
Oh, you show me.
Come again.
So, somebody is giving me an update about the phrase I said earlier, the morning Peter cabbage ma'am. And yes, now it makes sense because it's right. It means when people jump in a conversation and don't know what the conversation is about.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I've never, where y'all been
You never hear this, Jade?
No.
Jade, come on.
Which makes sense because that's now that
Literally.
I think about it, that's the context I hear it in.
Yeah, but
I
think
never
I was
heard
down, I
it.
would think I went to when you were talking about that because I don't. Yeah, because yeah. Then again, I'm 762. So.
Exactly. Like, I don't have many old people that I'm around, unfortunately. I need to get somebody with me an old person.
Yeah,
me sit down with them.
rent a granny.
Rent a granny. Mine is in St Thomas, so I can't get to sit with her, but somebody rent me one here so I can sit down with them.
I might work out something for you.
Oh yeah, you have one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah.
And granddads and just old people who does be around.
Old people is just a wealth of wisdom, you know. Just a wealth. Yes, Witty, I have last. I tell you, I don't be around old people, so I don't get to hear the good.
Well, so here's the
phrases.
thing. I also have to bring up too. So Witty is asking where's my headband because it seems like it was headband day. Azem has one for me.
You tell Kevon you had a
So,
headband, friend?
Azem has one for me, and I don't know why he chose to wear it today.
That's the headband that you're supposed to get Kevon?
I am so lost as to
Okay.
what's happening right now.
Well,
Apparently,
no, you know.
I just here to live my
So-
life humbly
That's okay.
and honorably.
Oh, what they said, they have a press briefing today at 5?
Yeah. Yeah, you would expect that. You would expect that.
well, I'm actually expecting frequent briefings during the lockdown, just for updates and
People ain't got nothing else to do.
let people.
But you guys realize that Dr. Wilkinson and Dr. Laws weren't at the last briefing. They took a day off, apparently.
They said that, Leslie said the people was tired.
I'm happy to hear that. Even though in the future, guys, perhaps not take the day off at the same time. But it's necessary that you do get the rest from time to time. Take a break.
Everybody needs a break.
Yeah, like everybody needs a break. I was here for it. But like I said, perhaps not at the same time.
Yeah, because somebody needs to answer some medical questions.
Yeah, don't think we're unless we're doing that.
That's why I got cuss out on you. Hey, we have to get Leslie on the show, boy.
Bye, hey.
Ooh, he just cracked me up.
That's spicy, bye. That's one spicy man there.
What? The man will cuss out, the man no afraid to cuss out on.
Okay, but that brings me back to one of my pet peeves with the briefings. Why are the briefings not brief?
I first speak one time, wake up and the briefings
One time?
Me mother's here, boy.
One time, I have a recurring 5-minute alarm on my phone once the briefing starts. So just in case I doze off.
Boy, they don't be brief for you.
Boss, I'll be like, yo. And the thing is,
They tell y'all it's going to be brief?
I think it's a briefing.
It's called a briefing.
So?
By definition, it should be. But not only that, I think what happens too, sometimes people kind of get, people kind of get like turned off, like, I want to hear this, yeah, what the numbers be? You know, that kind of way?
Yeah.
And answer some questions and let's go home. But, yeah, and I think the last couple of briefings, people just kind of been like,
Yeah.
I mean, the guy who, I don't remember his name, the pastor who went up to bless the proceedings, which is necessary, cool. But then he delivered a sermonette.
Sermonette.
Afterwards.
Sermonette.
And I remember people like messaging me like, what happening? They having the briefing again? I was like, this is the briefing. I was like, but the man preaching? I was like, no, this is the briefing.
Yeah,
like,
man,
yeah,
yeah.
he's giving encouragement to the nation during the briefing.
Time and place, boy.
We need to work on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, relevance, Relevance is a
pretty
big
sure
thing.
all the people logging into here is the numbers. And the numbers.
But people want to hear the numbers and any issues to do with security and moving around. Like them the things that people want to know.
Yeah.
What can I do? What can't I do? And what is the situation in terms of okay, you know what it is?
Oh.
You know there's this thing that comes out that's called the situation report.
That's all I need. That's exactly what I'm calling. I've been listening for.
And answer the questions. And answer the questions.
Yeah.
Like that's
The sailors are calling to question.
yay! Big up, that's what I want to. Good morning, caller. 11 Island T. What's up? Hey, let's see again. We have another caller though. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Hi, good morning. I have a simple question for you folks today. During the AstraZeneca trial, and this information is based from the AstraZeneca, they said that the first shot gives you 73% efficacy. And if you wait 12 weeks after for the second shot, you then get 81% efficacy. Now, my question to you guys is, here in St Kitts and Nevis, we were asked to go at 4 weeks, knowing that if you go at 4 weeks, you won't get the same level of protection as you would have gotten if you go on 12 weeks. So my question is, why is it we encourage people to go to get the second dosage at 4 weeks rather than 12? Then the other thing is, when you go at 12 weeks, you are also extending the life of your protection by 8 weeks in comparison to go 4 weeks after the first shot. So my question again, why is it we encourage people not to go for what would I consider optimal protection as compared to minimum protection? I would think that as a medical doctor, your job is to give the patient the best advice so that they can take away maximum, not minimum, maximum protection. And as I said before, we are getting minimum protection because you're gone 8 weeks earlier. So your lifespan in terms of protection is shorter, and the efficacy level is also shorter. So I'll listen off you.
All right, thanks, caller. I mean, that's something you could probably take up with the doctors, but I would say that initially they were suggesting 10 weeks, and these were all suggestions from my understanding.
Yeah.
Because you could, even when they were giving you the date at the 10 weeks, you could have waited for the 12 weeks, or you could have even gone, I think, up to, I think it was 8 weeks initially.
Yeah, the original window was 8 to 12.
Right.
And then St Kitts chose to do 10.
Right.
At the beginning.
Right. So AstraZeneca, however, they instructed that you could take the second dose up to 4 weeks before. And yes, there would be differences in the efficacy and stuff like that. When we started suggesting people come before that, as early as the 4 weeks, was when we recognized that there was a situation where some of the vaccines may have expired had people waited. So I think that's what was touted as the reason for bringing on the shorter time span. Like for me personally, I had always had an issue with stipulating that somebody had to get it at a certain time. Once the manufacturer said that you could get it within this time, then the choice should be yours, but the medical advice would still be relevant. So you could suggest to me, well, yeah, get it at 8, 10 or 12, this is why. And I think that information was out there. Because at least when I asked, right here on the show, we were told by Dr. Wilkinson differences in the coverage of the vaccine based on when you took the second dose. But my thing was, for instance, as someone who travels for work and stuff like that, recognizing that the vaccine and being vaccinated had become more and more of a requirement. It might have been, for instance, I needed to travel for whatever reason and needed to get vaccinated before the 10 weeks, then I should be allowed to do that, understanding what was at stake. So, I mean, you could probably reach out. There's a briefing this afternoon. You could probably send in a question. Mm-hmm. But I think based on what was said, one of the bigger considerations was the fact that the vaccines were expiring. So instead of having the vaccines expire and have people with the first dose and no second dose, at least you have the second dose that would extend your protection and the efficacy. So I think that's kind of what the mindset was. But hey, why you know?
We're not doctors.
We're not doctors.
Let me say it's remote there, please, because I don't know. I think they fix it a little too good.
Oh, you're cold now?
What? I'm freezing.
Okay. Well, because the lockup, I had it a little higher than usual. So, yeah. Well, you want to check this one?
Yes, let's take that call before we go to a break.
Caller, good morning. You're live on Island.
Hi, good morning, guys. How are y'all?
Doing well. Love it.
I lost my thoughts. Oh, yes, I so agree with you with Mr. Lesroy. I want you to bring him on. The man is working for you. Really working for you. I always enjoy the Caribbean link up at Friday time. And I hope to see it going forward. So, Mr. Backus, kudos to you. Please continue.
Right.
Program, I love it. Bye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we actually enjoy Caribbean Link Up too, especially now that Darren has understood that we don't really make sense most of the time.
Well, you know, so you get sometimes.
Yeah, I think he's realized that we don't really come to the table with much sense. So ever since that understanding has been reached, maybe.
And I think the people in Antigua understand this too. So
yeah, people in Antigua reach out to me and be like, "Yeah, on the radio, I like it." I think the thing is I think we need more platforms where we have this type of dialogue between the islands.
I agree.
I think people interested in what's happening in the other islands. We all have family in some of these places. Some of us have roots there and things like that. So it's interesting to have ways to connect, and kind of hear what's going on. Because sometimes you realize, but we all kind of the same,
Going through the same things, having the same problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But guys, we'll take a very quick break and be right back with more Island Tea. Stay tuned.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is WINN FM.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
King Ocean, king of the Caribbean seas, announces king-size savings on shipments from Miami to St Kitts. We have the best service and competitive rates on LCL and FCL cargo, including D&E containers, cars, heavy equipment, buses, boats, and barrels from Miami to St Kitts. LCL pickup service anywhere in the U.S. Call local agents SL Horseman and Company Limited at 869-465-4086 or 869-662-5008 for further details. King Ocean's king-size savings on shipments from Miami to St Kitts and Nevis. King Ocean, king of the Caribbean seas.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwenny, Gwen, Johns.
And that's me and her.
Yes.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Kevon does not seem entertained.
I just tune out y'all, you know? Frequently.
But business.
Jade said business, bye. Wow. That's love.
Always.
Listen, I'm loved in Antigua.
Oh, Axman Reach. Morning.
So, y'all can't tell me nothing. How does it feel to be loved in Antigua and Trinidad?
No, only you could say,
ask
bye.
you.
Only you could say.
Oh, I forgot. Oh boy. Okay, well, it's time for tea. We had the caller introduce the segment for us earlier.
Lovely. Lovely rendition.
So let's do something. Yes, here we go. So a $10 million bail has been posted as a pastor has been charged with money laundering.
Who? Has somebody screamed this morning?
You know, that sounds like, you know, when something drag on a glass.
Yeah, definitely.
A pastor from South Trinidad who allegedly attempted to change almost 28 million in old $100 notes into the new polymer replacements on the deadline for doing so almost 2 years ago has been granted $10 million bail after appearing in court for being charged with money laundering. Pastor Vinworth Dale of Gulfview was granted bail a short while ago after he appeared before a magistrate on 2 charges of proceeds of a crime act. The pastor, who is head of the Third Exodus Assembly Church in Longdenville, is accused of being in possession of a total of $30,719,938 in cash.
Okay. A little pocket change.
In cash. Okay.
A little pocket change, yeah.
Knowing that all of that was proceedings of a criminal activity that was contrary to the Income Tax Act. During the hearing, a close friend was named. What?
What was the criminal activity?
I was going to say something, but I feel like, make them say it again. So during the hearing, a close friend was named as Dale's surety for his bail. As part of his bail conditions, Dale was ordered to surrender his passport. Dale came under the police's radar after he attempted to change $28 million in old $100 notes at the central bank on December 31st, 2019. Officers of the Financial Investigation Unit executed a search warrant at the church and allegedly found an additional $2,691,000 in smaller denominations. The money was detained under the legislation, with the latest renewal of detention being granted yesterday.
This pastor is smart, by.
I think this was very
all you have to do
dumb.
when the police come and thing is blessings upon blessings. When they come to the church, when they come to the church and they find the next 2 million, say he's done it again.
But honestly, I really think that this was a very dumb move. You're gonna wait until the last day to show up with a bunch of cash.
They said not even a couple hundreds, millions.
But so he could have been watching that all the time.
That's it.
But maybe it's when he get it. Maybe it's when he get it.
Yes. Let me give this some context. So for people who want to know what that figure it really is, oops, oh boy, I just deleted the whole thing. I just converted it. So I'm converting it to US dollars, and that is $4.5 million US.
Still kind of jiggy pocket change, yeah.
Tithes and offerings.
It got to be that they get the money, like he got the money like one time. Like it can't be he had it like.
That's from one Sunday?
Not from one Sunday.
But remember they said that remember they said that when they executed their search warrant at the church, they found an additional over 2.5
Tithes
million
and
in smaller
offerings.
notes.
I see money coming.
The Lord has blessed. Watch here.
But yeah, to me, he could have walked on that there, man. Can't tell him, man, that blessings.
Huh?
Showers of blessings, I suppose.
How you know that God didn't see him in a place where he needed this $4 million US and decided to bless him with it?
God forget that they changed the parliament notes, no?
He ain't up on these things. He was busy dealing with other prayers, okay? He got to this prayer late. He was like, I'm
really curious as to what the criminal activities were that generated this money. You know what I mean? And then why would the criminals figure like, by the best person to get this to is a pastor?
Because he could change it. Who wouldn't just a pastor?
Obviously the people at the bank.
I was like,
Obviously the people at the bank.
Yes, but the people who may have given him this was like,
who ain't
he's
just
a
a pastor?
pastor? Who ain't gonna let a pastor change money? Even though it's a lot.
28 million.
Yeah, like it could be from tithes and offering, good days at church.
But
you don't know how big this church is. It could be a mega church.
But
maybe the pastor found the church while he was, digging up the place to go build the church. So you don't know what happened.
But you see, they don't really understand like how this works. This is the last to change all the money, right? The bank ain't gonna have 4 million US on hand or 28 million US in the vault waiting to give you.
You see, somebody just gave me a good thing, a good guess. It could have been that they were, you know how people bank at church? Well, people bank at church. And maybe the money accumulated over a period of years, and now it was time to move it because the church wasn't really the safest place to keep it. So, it ain't really the pastor's fault.
He was actually trying to change it up before they went to the new notes, right? That's what was happening.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that could account for why he has so much money. It's the accumulated savings of the parishioners. Yes. But the thing about it is, you can't really use that because then that would be easy to check. Because then you'd have to show years and years of ledgers.
The book get wet.
The book get wet.
The book get wet.
Why wasn't it like my friend asked on the live? Why wasn't it in the bank in the first place?
Because
we don't trust the banks.
Until we need to trust the banks. Simple explanation.
Watch. Put your faith in God and God alone. Put your faith in God and God alone.
And the church is a house of God, so
I could understand if he showed up at the end of the deadline for exchanging and he tried to change $10,000 US. I think that would have been a more justifiable number.
You can't tell the man how much money
month, but to show up with over $4.5 million US.
Listen, some pastors just luckier than some. Okay?
I would really like to ask
blessed.
Blessed. That
I
pastor was blessed. He need to rub my hand. Let me get some blessings.
I see money coming. I see money.
He gonna work it out. I feel like we're gonna get an update on this one. I believe he gonna work it out.
But the thing about that, I just see, for me the question is where the money come from.
I just
hear me I'm waiting for the court to decide. Cause if they're charging him with like
money laundering,
basically money laundering, right? Then there's not the burden of proof need to be on the prosecutors. Like where the money will coming from?
How you gonna decide I washing money? Suppose this is literally just money that I don't know. What would a pastor make?
Well, we had some suggestions already.
I'll tell you, so the man probably just has a church that has a lot of.
I don't know, this blessing.
And he's in Trinidad big. He probably has a mega church.
I tell you, when the police went to the church and find the next 2.5 million, he should have just fall to his knees and been like, he did it again. Never fails.
The police that would be like, please take it up and come. Let's done with this now.
See, with these kind of things, you just got to take it to the max. You can't break character. You just got to go with it. You got to go with it. Maintain your innocence.
Got to
maybe drop in a little hunger strike in there.
So he mouth shut and so.
But it wouldn't be a hunger strike. It would be, you would call it fasting.
Oh, yeah, fasting.
Yeah. So, but, boy, whoever it is giving the money, they must be vexed now, but.
Boy, oh
whoever
boy.
it is, he was washing the money for.
They're probably pissed, boy.
Them, they are probably walking out by, hey.
I could have given somebody else, you know. I give the pastor. Look there now.
Why did they split it up?
The man ain't know about this. Azem, the man is a God-fearing man.
Not him.
Oh.
The criminals that allegedly gave him the money.
Because if they're saying it's money laundering and they can't.
Well, then again, maybe they're suggesting that he's a criminal.
Not a good pastor, man. Not a man of the cloth. A man of faith.
We've seen worse.
We've not.
We have, actually. But yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting. Like, it'll be interesting to see how this one play out. Because you know what's gonna happen. So you're out on bail now, right? And then you go back. You can imagine what the sermon gonna be Sunday.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Just as Paul and Silas were persecuted, I was persecuted.
I see as Axman's comments, and I just have to pretend I don't. Every time.
Well. Yeah. But, yeah, bye. Who knows? It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. It'll be interesting.
I agree. Wait, somebody said fast and pray. Oh.
Oh, okay. So, listen. So, we spoke about a little earlier the tropical storm that's passing through and currently affecting Barbados. But let's give a little bit more detailed information. So there's a tropical storm warning in effect for a few islands, and those islands are Barbados, Martinique, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and there's a tropical storm watch for Grenada. So, it's currently happening. I'm sure most people would have seen photos already because it has already begun to affect.
Well, it's actually a hurricane now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. So this article is fairly fresh. So
yeah, things
they
develop
already a
very
hurricane.
fast when it comes to these kind of storms, boy. Cause
Tell I happy. Stop doing it. They're steering the hurricane, them,
don't stay on the way, you know.
No, man, I think we got a treaty with the happy people.
You think so?
Obviously.
Well, I mean, that's why we're blessed and highly favored, so.
They didn't even know it's just that we paying ransom money.
Listen, we've had many close calls, right?
Man.
And I've had many panic attacks because of these close calls, like.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, we seeing some of the other islands around us getting some serious issues.
Well, a hurricane stopped over our island,
Yeah.
Removed the island. A hurricane removed the island. Like, that could have easily
Welcome
been.
to
Trust me,
nature.
These things, hurricanes and storms and stuff, that does make me antsy because they have a mind of their own. They do whatever they want. If they decide they're going to stop over St Kitts and Nevis, chill out for a day, what we could do? We can't move it.
Fast and pray.
Me think that go up, man. Not for this one, darling.
No, you stop there. You got people out there thinking that the praise is what has shifted hurricane, man.
So only they're praying, so I'm to the other people in the other islands praying.
They ain't praying hard enough.
Okay.
The truth is, all we could do is prepare.
Yes, TDC is
Prepare
open.
for the worst, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. And give thanks when the best is what we end up facing.
Yeah, and we've been lucky so far, so.
Well,
boy, oh boy.
I don't. Well, we shouldn't bank on luck still.
When is that?
Please.
There's a national death prayer.
Okay.
Let's prepare. Let's not just let luck be all we need. Okay?
Let luck be a lady?
Not in these cases.
Yes.
Not in these
I don't know. Like, how do you answer that?
Somebody said we got to ask the pastor in Trinidad for his prayer. I don't know if we want that one because
I don't think we want to pray because he got caught.
Whoever he prayed to obviously wasn't answered.
No. That was a
He got caught, so I don't think we want that prayer.
But yeah, guys, we're saying it all the time, and even more so now we see what's happening in some of our neighboring countries. Please prepare, be ready, take stock. If you need to run off to the hardware store, whatever, today is the day.
Get your candles and all these important things.
Get whatever you need. Get your batteries.
You know what to do.
Yeah.
Because
and Nima, like I said, Nima posted a
checklist.
A checklist. So if you want the list, head over to Nima's pages, and I'm sure you'll find the checklist there, just in case you can't really think of everything.
Yeah, sometimes you forget something.
It's a good checklist. Yeah, because sometimes you sit down, what do I need? And then there's only at the end you say, oh shoot, I forgot.
Yeah, when you don't leave the store, when you're done home, you realize, I'm supposed to buy this or buy that. So go over to neighbor, grab the checklist, and then go grab the stuff off the checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what you have at home, make sure it works first before you even leave the house.
And don't forget
other stuff.
Them flashlights that you've had for years and all these things.
And don't forget the also around your property, and then even vacant lots next to you, any possible projectiles and stuff like that. Take care of that.
Yep. All the galvanized, secure things that can fly, tie down things that you want to stay put. Any trees, trim them, cut them if you can. You know, don't wait until things start flying to try to go outside and deal with that. Because
worst possible time. Literally, worst possible time.
Always a scary time. We can also quickly talk about something that is happening on more of the global stage. So, the American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson has failed a drug test, and that means that she could end up missing the Olympics.
Yikes!
So, American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson she seems set to miss the Olympic Games after her U.S. Olympic trial performance was disqualified because she tested positive for a prohibited substance. News of the infringement arrives 4 weeks before the start of the athletic competition at the July 23rd to August 8th showpiece in Tokyo. Richards could serve a 1 to 3 month suspension for the adverse analytical finding. According to sources who asked to remain anonymous, traces of the substance were found in the 21-year-old sample from a recent drug test. The test was carried out at the U.S. Olympic trials. Several calls, emails, and text messages to Richardson's agent were unanswered. However, so since January 1st, 2021, the drug has been classified as a substance of abuse by the World Anti-Doping Agency.
It's weed.
And it currently
it's weed. She was tested positive for marijuana.
And it currently carries a maximum of a 4-year ban. However, if an athlete can prove that the drug was used out of competition and it was introduced for a non-sport performance benefit, the ban will be reduced to a period of 3 months with no need to further examine the degree of fault. It's the latest.
Smoking your off season, guys. Smoking your off season.
She made a post. So there's the story is sort of fresh. So there's a lot of information still missing, and most articles were not mentioning what the substance was, but we're now discovering what the substance is. Before we go to that, right?
So I saw last night that the story was broken by Jamaica press, and then people were trying to discredit them and saying that we have to wait for a reputable source. So I don't understand why aren't they reputable? And then when American news brought it out, it was like, oh, it's true, bro. What? Y'all gotta cut out that nonsense, okay? Like, y'all can't discredit because it's a smaller island. Y'all can't discredit the news just because America didn't bring it out first.
Yeah.
But yeah, she tested positive for weed.
Yeah. This is one of them things that from a systemic standpoint, like, yeah, I mean, I remember when they brought out the ruling and classified it as a banned substance. I remember reading the article about it and was like, okay, I see what they're saying, cool, whatever. But we got to do better. Like, we got to do better as athletes. Like, we got to take responsibility at some point. You know, these things could jeopardize your entire future and your career. Like, yeah, it might not be. It might be something you don't consider fair or necessary and them things, but at the end of the day, you gotta take responsibility for your career.
Yeah, and it's been banned, as Kevon said, it's been banned since 2004, and she's 21, so that means it's been banned for her entire career. So she can't say she didn't know. She literally cannot say she didn't know.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, yeah.
You know,
not only that, this is something that we've seen.
Also.
Yeah, and this is something that we've seen come back to plague athletes in all sorts of sports.
Yeah, and it might not have been weed in other instances, but
no, I'm talking about direct weed. Like,
because I just about to say, remember when Usain lost a medal because one of his teammates tested positive for something, and it just was a part of the sport.
And then remember when they were investigating, I can't remember what it was. It was either like yam or dasheen. They were investigating to see if it had something in it to give them an edge.
Yeah.
What?
Jamaican.
Yeah. When Usain Bolt was really doing the thing at the time. I think it was breadfruit. One of those. One of the grown provisions. They were investigating it.
No, but you're laughing, like, but these things do contain, like, these things contain some substances. Like,
but it's okay. You know what?
Yeah, but that's what it is. Like,
well, listen,
that's how we go. Because you have to think about it. If this new person comes on the scene and is shattering records, they're going to want to know what is this person doing.
No, but it was more than that, Kevon. It was that. It seemed as though for some reason Jamaicans had something going on where they were so good. They've been dominating sprinting for years. They've been dominating sprinting for years. So they do it all the time. The same way they look at for instance, it is the Somalis as it relates to long distance. I mean, they eventually,
the Kenyans and the Somalis.
They eventually recognized that it was kind of like because of the high altitude and that they train at, like their lungs, they're able to operate. They're more efficient in terms of oxygenating the lungs and stuff like that. But so they're gonna study it. They're gonna then figure out. So diet can definitely be part of it.
It's interesting. Sorry, the breadfruit and yam thing. It just made me laugh.
No, like that.
Because I didn't expect those to be the. I mean, that's what they usually typically eat in Jamaica, but you know, still.
But I think they were looking at everything and so on. And not only that, you have to understand too. We in the Caribbean, we just said that is what it is. Like, we the one who telling them.
Oh, the grown provisions
is the yam them and the dasheen them and we don't eat down here. So they're like, oh, that's it. Okay, let's check and see what's in this. Like, we the ones who tell them. We the ones who tell them that.
We're like, for us we are eating things that they're not. So for us, that's what is responsible. So when we're making the proclamation that is responsible, then they're gonna be like, okay, well, let's see if it is.
Bro,
investigate to
we
find out
say
why.
it here. We say it here all the time. Like, people tell you direct.
Listen,
you just need to eat more yam and breadfruit and dasheen and thing.
Some y'all just said it, and I just passed somebody saying, imagine Bolt eat a piece of yam and scientists come take in and put it in a bag and test it. So yeah, I was very correct.
Yeah, but that's because the Jamaicans were saying this is why we're so good. Right, they were saying it.
I was like, something different down there. Something different in them yam and dasheen, so let me test it.
That's what they was. The Jamaicans were saying so. So of course they're going to test it.
I was really looking forward to seeing her and Chilean, but Lord.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But I don't. Yeah, whether I agree or not with the system, this is what the system is. And you have to take responsibility, man. Like, we got done with the stupidness.
Yeah.
Like, we got done with the stupidness.
Because
like,
this isn't something new. This is like, they recently started saying, oh, weed is banned.
No, but my thing is, like, at what point do you start going, like, okay, I may have messed up here? Because, like, she had been killing it all year. She had been killing it all year. The season, at the trials where she dominated. And so it's like, okay, Olympics coming. It's all kind of coming together.
Let me just make
Like,
sure
and
nothing could go wrong to hinder my process, to hinder me not being able to perform, because this is what I've been working all my life for. So, bye.
Yeah. Better luck next time.
Yeah, I think, like Azem said, I think we need to accept responsibility, because I'm sure when you're preparing for these things, your team makes it abundant, ridiculously clear that these are some things you should not do, because it's going to ruin the entire thing. And most athletes prepare for the Olympics. They're trying to get to the Olympics.
That's the height of the sport.
Yep.
So, imagine, I'm sure the list of things that your coach would tell you is, stay away from steroids and certain bannable substances, because it's just a no.
See, the thing about it is, like, the good thing is that she's young, this is a learning experience, and so perhaps she could learn and come back from this.
Yeah,
but this is a hard lesson to learn, eh?
Yeah, because
I
was weed, so I'm pretty sure that this one won't take her out of the future.
Well, no, because it says that if you can prove that it was taken outside of sport performance, then it will reduce the ban to a 3-month period.
Yeah.
So she's going to, if she's banned, she's going to miss the Olympics, but it doesn't end her career.
Yeah, at least. Well, guys.
I think that cause we're only a few weeks away from the start of the Olympics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like because the Olympics
3 weeks, right?
Set to begin on the 23rd of July.
Right.
And that runs to August 8th. So
I think that the other countries them done setting up the spies to go to China.
Listen, let's go to a break here, because I don't know what Azem asking me.
No, I think there's some coach. I think there's some people on the coach, like a physio, that really is like a CIA agent.
I know how to call me the conspiracy theorist. Anyway,
Just saying.
I think our guest is ready. So we'll take a quick break and come back with some conversation with him right here on Island T. Stay tuned.
Different. We're 98.9. 98.9. WINN FM.
Good morning, my little superheroes. Tell me, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
The power to read minds. Super speed. Pew. The power to heal the sick.
Well, you can get smart, speed, and good health with the superhero trio from Hanley Orange. Hanley Orange has delicious omega-3 bursts, sugar-free multivitamin liquid, and flavored vitamin A, C, and D chewables to support a strong immune system, healthy bone development, and acute mental performance for superheroes like you. Part of the Hanley Orange family.
Cool. Energize your goals with Lucozade. Get it cool. Look under the cap. Find the code. Win it. Thousands in prizes. iPhones and TVs. Or win 30 grand US dollars for your goals. That's goals.
For a chance to win $30,000 US. Purchase any Lucozade Energy promo bottle. Look under the cap and find the code to win iPhones, TVs, and free Lucozade for $30,000 US to energize your goals. See website, social media, or press for details. Lucozade, taste the energy.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwyneth Johnson, and it's time to jump into local with IMark. Welcome and good morning.
The minister, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, Azem?
We good, we good. Just here cooling out. Really happy you were able to join us this morning, man. You got a lot going on right now. Obviously, you're still putting in the works.
Yeah, man, always.
You look like you're in some secret location, man, hideout.
I try to figure out. I can't stay out.
Well, what you would have to do is go on our Facebook or YouTube page and pull up the live, and then you would be able to see us. I would advise, though, that you mute it So you can listen to us via the interview, but watch us via the live.
Yeah, I think what going on is I might realize lockdown time, there's lockdown in the studio.
Why not? And Mash works.
This is a studio one. Studio.
Right, got you.
One wood. Check.
It looks really nice.
I'm shooting all the bad video them and so.
Who that?
One wood studio.
Wait, what did you say his name was?
One Wood Studios.
One Wood Studios. All right. So people, if you need anything shot, if you need to after lockdown, of course, if you need to record any music, IMark has the link.
But we're here actually to talk about some works that you've been pushing. A few days ago, I just scrolling through my YouTube feed and see you there like you're praying. I said, wait, what is this mean about this? Check it, only to realize it came out that same day.
Song and video. Boy.
So we have a song. It's called Heights of Great Men. Tell us a bit about that track.
It's a Great Man. It's a Great Man was, I think I recorded that January. June. July.
Lord, the month they left you, boy.
But that was going on. You can't keep track. You can't keep track of not right now things going.
January. I recorded January.
Okay.
I think that's the first time me and Magician like really sit down in a studio and put it together. Like, yeah, I think that was the first time. January. That with him, the Magician sent me it and it's just like, so we're going on like youths them just going through it right now, you know what I mean? Like it's enough youngster end up a crazy house. So like that it just touched me still. That's where I started the song like enough youth me know suffer mentally to the load and the burden where them carry. Yeah. So like just the struggle I go on. That I just kind of just put me on the meditation there, just sing something, build back the youth them vibes and the meditation thing.
Yeah, but I think what going on too is just like right now, a lot of pressures out there, and it's good to see that you're recognizing that and doing something in from your aspect what could really help to, like you said, build back the meditation. I think that's important right now. A lot of people looking for something to help with what's going on. So I could definitely see where the inspiration come for that. Yeah,
and the fact that you have such a huge following and a diverse following, I'm pretty sure getting that message from you lifted some spirits and encouraged people to just not give up, because it's honestly a rough time for a lot of people. So that message was appreciated.
Real rough. So I don't know, me and man just going. Me and man I work in my studio. Alicia now come up with the concept of a video. You know what I mean?
Big up manage one time.
Like Alicia got a lot. I think Alicia got more stress than me because like okay, we record like 1 million songs and then Alicia is going to put them together like in terms of like choose the one like write out the movie script for the guys. Some long movie script we will be going to do this.
We have to get her on an interview soon, man, because
Alicia Alicia game up, yo.
Yeah, man, nice. That's a good look for sure. But are we talking about this song? And to be honest, like I want to hear this song. Yeah.
You want him intro it?
I want him intro this song. Let me hear this song. So for the fans out there, IMark, intro this song first.
Yeah. It's a great man. Out now. Every platform, thanks to Alicia, management, I mean, pushing the works to go further. So like all the platform them, YouTube, Visualizer, you can check it out. Yeah. Magician, big up yourself, that one for the nation, same way. Japan. When you say you're gonna play, you want me to sing it?
Magician. Mentally, to the load and the burden where them carry. Man, I feel make it out eventually. Stepping on the future, I will like a century. Man, I go from the days of elementary. Talk it, baby, until the end of me. Man, I go hard.
ain't no surrendering. If you jump to vivid it down in a rendering. Me pray to the Lord, me no want, me no scum, me no want, me no bum. By the sweat of me brow, we make it somehow, we paving the road. Many haters I doubt, Father you see me out. It's so amazing, we see the youth them shine like the sun ever blazing. I say great man reach and kept, never attain my sudden flight. Get a youth can do it. One place in shot, now me shot like a bullet. Working in silence and leave them clueless. When you see me style and me flow, them fluent. When you see me voice coming like an instrument. Yeah, me full of vibes, yeah, me full of influence. Ready for the fight, yeah, me ready for the duel. Work hard, working at the key. And a cartoon thing, man, I fi face reality. Remember quantity, it ain't no quality. Pride and dignity, increase morality. Originality, help you keep your sanity. And never you ever sell your soul for vanity. You have to treat you brother them with equality. I used to have going up in animosity. I say get and reach and kept, never attain my sudden flight. Get a youth can do it. One place in shop, now me shot like a bullet. Working in silence and leave them clueless. When you see me style and me flow, them fluent. When you see me voice coming like an instrument. Yeah, me full of vibes, yeah, me full of influence. Ready for the fight, yeah, me ready for the duel, ready duel. 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 I say great man reach and cap, never attain my sudden flight. Get a youth can do it. One place in shop, now me shot like a bullet. Working in silence and leave them clueless. When you see me style and me flow, them fluent. When you see me
Wow.
Tune.
Big tune. So that was Heights of Great Men by IMark. IMark, once again, another one. As Kelly does say, it's another one.
He does just be pushing out these hits, but I often wonder what has been going on in his mind, because for you to be able to write these songs and put them on paper and then to record them and for them to sound like this, like, it's amazing. It's a talent. And big up Magician on the beat.
For sure. And just like, let me see what's going on there. That is 5 days now, 7,000 views. Well, obviously the fans are already resonating with the fans. I mean, even have to ask you, but what's the response been? What's the feedback you've been getting from the fans in relation to the tune?
Yo, I realize every time I do a song, right? Like, whatever I song name, that's my name. So like, no, me just name Great Man. Last time was Top Dog. You know what I mean? Like, every time I do a song, it's just like, if I fire put the Top Dog, you know what I mean? Man, it's right now, it's Great Man, because right now, it's a Great Man. You know what I mean?
But that's just showing that like the people really invested in your music, really invested in what it is you're saying, because obviously that is just one of the ways that they're showing love and appreciation, man. So it's really good to see that the people really with you, really behind you.
I also noticed that you use Winfield Estates as your visualizer. Like, why down there? I mean, I know down there is a place that holds a lot of history, but why did you choose to do your visualizer down there?
Well, as I tell you, when you come on the visualizer part, well, me and Alicia just sit down on the table and, you know what I mean? But Alicia visualized down there and she said, well, down there and I think about it, I went for what spot. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think, the wall they were on. Yeah.
You even get up there?
A helicopter fly over and put me down.
One action movie?
I believe it.
You're really shooting movies, man.
Yeah, man. Alicia good at she craft, man. Like,
you trust me, you don't have to tell me, because we talk often, and you know sometimes she just pull me in last minute to do certain things, and every time we get something from Alicia, it's just better and better. Like, I see her doing great things, and even in your career, like, I see her pushing you to the limits that you probably don't even think that you would ever get. But trust me, you're gonna get there once you're on the Alicia.
Yeah, man.
But so like, I know you just pushed out this project, but we like exclusives and we like new things, even though this one fresh still. Should we look out for anything else coming up?
Well, I think well, it's hurricane season right now, yeah, so.
We gonna get a hurricane song?
But, you know, I'm gonna hurricane song, but it's IMark season right now, so just look out.
This just sound like trouble. This
lot of music, lot of video. I mean, just look out, man. Just stay tuned, and you're gonna see what's going on. We don't be sitting down. We're working hard, so you're gonna see what's going on.
What I really appreciate is the fact that you just don't only push out songs, but you give people visuals as well. What's the thought process behind that?
Well, the visualizer direct tell a story for the song. More better like people more relate to the song when they see like what's going on in the video and the lyrics and it and the song resonate together. So like yeah, visualizer is a big plus to the music and the video them. Yeah.
I agree. I have to agree because it's one thing to listen a song, but when you
artists too, so. Yeah,
that's a fact. When people get to see some videos behind it, and for me, your videos don't just they're just not one regular type of video. Like you give us different stories. Like you go to different places in St Kitts. And you shine a light on what we have as well. So we could actually really appreciate that because, you know, some artists just do the regular stand-up and sing. They don't really put thought into their videos. But you could always tell that your videos or visualizers have a thought process behind them.
Yeah. Since I do the Top Dog video, you know, more people call me want to do a host, boy.
I hope they're giving you a little cut, you know, because...
I wonder if they're hearing you now on the radio station.
You think so? You definitely deserve a little, you know, commission for putting that place on the map because trust me, that was a video that people never going to forget. That was a different type of video, like, and you could see a versatility in every video, every song. So we look forward to having you push out more things like that because we need it. People need music to get through anything, and you sing about what you feel people need.
You're going to see, man. Got a lot of works coming soon. Yeah, just stay tuned.
Well, we ain't going nowhere. We can't go nowhere, so.
Songs like that one, direct. It's a great, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Them kind of songs. Right now in these times,
yeah, I see that song doing numbers because it is an important message, honestly. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody you want to thank for assisting you with any of your projects, especially this one? Shout out some people so people can know who are involved.
Yeah, big up Tilted, big up shows in the visualizer one time, you know what I mean? Big up my hairstylist, big up the barber shop, where I go 12 years, Giselle, done now. Big up my sister in here, my mother. But yo, some of people that to big up, right? I hear big up part because then somebody don't feel left out, you know what I mean? So just give thanks to who was there to help me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what was this collaboration with, like with Magician? I mean, like, you know, we want to get a little insight into how this came about.
Hey, Magician is the first producer I ever been on. Like, to go in a studio and meet a producer there.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody who really call me.
Mm-hmm.
It was Magician, so I think it just come naturally. Cause Magician send me a beat, I just got go in the booth. One time a song done, the like no writing, no nothing, like a good song.
Mm-hmm.
It just a good chemistry between me and Magician. Now I mean, me and other producers got same. Then Stainless got a chemistry like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Magician got a chemistry like that. Now I mean, and I got Zaga then, and Zaga just schooling right now to be ready for me. Zaga.
Mm-hmm.
I tell myself his album he want to do with me and check like that's my DJ / producer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go, that's one of my name who I said yeah. He make a beat for BBM Forever.
Yeah, that was another big tune right there, boy.
So he probably want to give me an album today. I check so he probably in lab and he's a kind of perfectionist, so you don't know.
And I mean I'm pretty sure people are looking out for more albums from you, of course, because the last one was a hit. That one had multiple songs that no matter where you go, you're going to hear them. You're going to hear one off of it. So I'm pretty sure that people are watching you and waiting and hoping that you give us another album. You think you'll give us one this year or you put it on hold till next year?
I would like to.
You would like to give us a fresh album this year?
You just left to sit up. Like time is everything. So
Yeah, I agree. Timing is everything.
once the timing right, you don't get what you want. You know what I mean?
But you're saying it like I can get like it's only me alone.
It's the fans. I mean, like that's why I say you.
Oh, okay. Because I know a lot of people probably they'll be hitting you up like, IMark, we need an album. IMark, when is the next album?
But yo, me urge the blow up. Like, yeah, every day somebody come text me, yo, I'm jumping on your song. Somebody see me and yo, jumping on your song. Like, it's timing, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's timing.
Well, just send them back to listen to the old ones. Hold them over until you get something fresh for them.
I don't know what I'm like. It's like no, they're so into artists, like artists. They just want to hear one new. You know what I mean? So I kind of understand where they're coming from, but I still can't rush it. So you gotta be timing. So I can't give them something what they're gonna just show it. Like my music, I always live on. Like my song, them always people still listening them. Even down to the first song I record, like people that still listen that. The checks like my music don't put on. Know what I mean?
Yeah, so I mean that's how you know you got quality stuff. You know, some songs don't last long in terms like time wise. Some songs they're good for a few months and then you start to tired of them. But yours, like you said, playable all the time.
Yeah man, yo, watch here. We record Rise Up a Decimal 2010 or 2011 or so, right? I mean I dub for that the last week.
You do a fresh dub for it last month.
Last week,
wow. That's just, I'm telling you, that's just a testament to how timeless your songs are. Your music will always be music that people could go back for. If you're in a dance and you know you as a DJ you want a song that you could pull to get the place in a certain hype, pull a IMark.
No, as I tell you, I mean, I studied a lot, like, before I step in it, I always studied, you know what I mean? So it's like, just like, I just get better at the craft all the time, like, every time I go in the studio, I come down, like, okay, bye, I want to sing this, the crowd one like this. My music I do for the crowd, but some of them, they record done now, it's a business, so.
Yeah, so, you know what your fans want.
Alright, you got to orchestrate them for when you're going in a club or when you're going on a stage show. But no, if you go and listen Coast and Notes the album, that wouldn't be like an album you could say like you go in the club and rock to, but if you listen it home and meds it and see what's going on, like you got listening music and you got party music. You know what I mean? So I try fit in all criteria them, like I try to make party music, listening music will just make people feel grimy, music will make people feel chill, music will make people feel like there's the shit, you know what I mean?
Every time we bring you on,
I'm just sorry about that. Watch here, man, to do that, but you just come on, you know what I mean?
I think they missed it, man. I think they missed it.
That's my point, like music to make you feel like me shut, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So like, as I tell you, it's a spiritual thing, and Azem still want a beat from you.
We're gonna have to. I hope he's listening. He had to run, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure he's listening and he gonna work on it.
I talk to Azem.
We're gonna put it in his head, man. We're gonna get him to do some stuff for you. I'm pretty sure now we hear you say it again.
I want him like musicians them got to get along with the artists them so they can just sound sweet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree because when the place opens back up and we're able to have performances and stuff, people want things to listen. Like we're in a period now where we can't really do much, but I'm sure when we get back to that point, people would be looking for performances from the artists. People are looking for new music. They want to hear their songs, their favorite song that they didn't get to see. Oh, Azem say he hear you. They want to see the song that they haven't gotten to see performed yet, performed in a way that they will not forget. So I agree with you. Like, I know you probably miss performing, especially like as an artist. You probably miss being on the stage, boy.
Oh, I miss being on the stage. No, my favorite part about performing a weekend time, right? I don't go away. You see me go like a Friday, maybe I got Nevis to perform. That'll be like a nice getaway for me. That'll be coming in my house all the time in doing some kind of music work or something. So a little performance them and me getting that'll make me feel free up. Maybe that'll inspire me to do more music too. But, yeah, I like that. So they got a favorite place.
Yeah. What has been your favorite performance over the last couple of, well, I can't even say months, the last times you've gotten to perform? What has been your favorite out of that little batch?
Right. You tend so I like perform and then when I don't perform I like to mention give me a mic.
When you're on the stage in unconvention, it's different.
How I know it's like when I'm performing, I'm doing my job, but when you mention give me a mic, it's just like, but yeah, just got some fun minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And at the same time, he let me got funny still teaching me, like how to hold it with him them. And yeah, how to go about that part of the culture. Because I feel that saying it's artists, and you can't hold out the culture there. I
agree. And speaking of, can we look forward to something for Sugar Mass again?
That's Alicia.
She gonna message me just now and say, don't ask me. Because trust me, we had a guest on and one of the she is actually an influencer that travels to different carnivals, and one song that she definitely remembered was yours, the song with you and Mr. Mention Boy. When she was here, that's a song that she used to ring out.
Yeah. So as I say now, like me I mentioned on always work so it might always be a soca song also. It might hear mention on one of the songs there. Now I mean one of the boys song might hear mention with me. So me I mention on always work, cause that's a man who I look up to in the music too, you know what I mean? So like
you and Akai does do some really good soca songs as well, you know.
Akai I'm good in music.
Yeah, man, we're looking forward to more soca songs from you guys, definitely.
Right. Who are you looking forward who haven't you worked with as yet that you're looking forward to working with?
You're making him
It don't have to be anybody. It don't even have to be local. It could be anybody.
I mean, I want to answer a local question for you, man.
Okay.
You got artists I want to work with on the road, right? But as I say, it's the time my corona time. So like you kind of slow me down from pulling around artists in the studio with me and so. But artists who I really like to work with right now is youngster over Phillips is Tuggy.
Well, I hope they're listening and they hear that. Yeah, you're watching them.
This is the invite.
He know I want to work with him now. Got this artist on Sunday Point.
You mean Javel? Javel?
I post him on me. My social media page recently. Kilo, Keith, a name similar so. Kio.
Okay, well.
Something like that. Yeah, songs from him. I like how music will be flowing. I don't know, Peppers are my artists, boy.
Oh yes.
Them youngsters in the Who song there? Yeah, I'm with the one two of them too, so. You know what I mean?
Listen, St Kitts has some talent, you know. St Kitts has some talent. It's just for them to be discovered and for them to be heard. But definitely St Kitts has some talent.
And not just that too, but supported. I think that's a big one too. Because a lot of them doing their thing, but they don't get the support that they need to. So we got to do our part.
It's support there. The artists just got to be consistent. You know what I mean? Like for means for things to talk, things to sing about. You know what I mean? It's always work. As you can see, it's a great man talk in the second verse. Like, talking about working and how to keep himself going. You check? So like I say, you can just gotta be in the studio, try be around, try record, try be around musicians. Like me try surround myself with musicians. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Those things are important if you want to be an artist. If you want to go far as an artist, you have to surround yourself in music and learn your craft, and always be try to be as consistent as possible, because we know things can happen that can alter that, but you have to try.
Yeah, you got to try. Look, you're on the radio station now, Jade.
Huh? What happened? Don't go down this road, you know. Don't go down this road.
No, I remember you going to school the other day, so like, look, you know, you go up, you're on the radio station now. You're probably reaching your goals, then you're working hard towards what you want.
Oh, I thought it was something else you was going to hit me with.
I hit you, man. But you just see them just like a follow up and what they're doing. You know what I mean? If it's a baller, follow up. If it's an artist, follow up. If it's running, follow up. If it's a job, follow up. If you could play music, follow up. If you could shoot video, follow up. You know what I mean?
I agree. Just follow your passions.
If you could fix car, follow up. If you could cut grass, it's best. Just try to get a lot of land to cut. You know what I mean? Like, just don't try to build yourself. No matter what you do out there, you just can't build yourself because you're going to build yourself. Nothing to be gained. You got to try to be great. You know what I mean? So whatever you do, you must get some kind of greatness towards it. Don't think man want to fix fridge and stove and them things. If the fridge no fix it, jinx them now cold. And if the stove no fix, no food now cook.
That is a fact. That is a fact. And all they have to do is turn on the new song, and even if they feel like, you know, the motivation is down, turn on your new song. You're going to push them up. They're going to get into the IMark mindset and become a great man themselves.
That's what it's supposed to be, because no matter what, no matter who you be, every ghetto youth a star. You know, the check, so that's why I always push on. And sometimes I hear bad comments. But I don't hear a lot of bad comments. I don't really study comments and don't really take on the media and them things that don't move me. So that's why I always focus on my craft. Like some bad comments and influence can pull me gun away and the thing done. Me don't know what I want, like me don't know what I actually strive for. So some things don't really move me no, like a once ago.
And that's a process, because it not everybody could get to that headspace where they realize like people going to always say bad things just because they can, like, you know. Some people don't realize that there will always be somebody who would not want to see you reach the heights that you can reach, but you can't pay attention to them. You have to just know that you have a goal and you have to go for that goal.
Yes.
But IMark, just like that time run down on us, it's 10 o'clock, we have to go. Our essential time is over. We have to...
essential pass today?
Well, I mean, it's Friday. You're allowed to be outside.
For tomorrow, I mean, tomorrow and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Bye. We ain't got them kind of hours, bye.
You don't feel like the artists, them supposed to be essential, like, even with the producers, because at the end of the day, we still trying to free up people's mind from what they're going through.
Right, the entertainment at home.
Yeah, we need.
I agree. I hope the powers that be are listening.
I hope they're listening, because sometimes I want to link up with magician and DJ and young artists, them, and we got a little, we know the social distance, and we got a little sanitizer that we mask.
You know, follow all the protocols.
Yeah, we know to do everything, so. And we know what's going on, so if they could just get some essential pass to go to the studio, we'll be good.
Yeah, hopefully they're listening and they see the necessity in this, because we need music.
We want some video shoot, so we need some essential parts for that.
Yes, like, we need all these things because people need entertainment while they're at home. But IMark, we're going to catch up again, because I know you always have new things happening. We're going to see what else you bring out for this year. I'm personally looking forward to a soca song from you for Sugar Mass, so I'm going to keep my ear to the ground. I'm going to keep pushing it in Alicia's head.
Yeah, them things they're going to come, so that's it.
Okay, well, okay, make not to worry then. I'm going to sit back and wait.
Stay tuned.
All right. Well, guys, that was IMark, you know, with his new song, It's a Great Man. You can find it where?
On YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, IMark Music. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on every platform, social media platform, IMark Music with a K. Yeah.
Yes, go listen, go rack up them listens, them views, them streams, you know. Support your local artists. But guys, it's Friday and we have to go home. We won't be seeing you guys until Monday, a little vacation, mini vacation as we call them. I mean, next week we'll be inside again, but we will be here to bring y'all, you know, your nice little cup of tea every morning. Right, Kevon?
Always and forever.
Always and forever, guys. Look out for Voices at 10. We have some DJs that will be on to entertain you guys later. But as for us, we have to go. But before we do, we have to hear from the master of ceremonies. I can't call you all them things as in the call you. I can just say that your teeth shining today.
Yeah,
the people them want to hear from you before we leave. So, take us out.
So remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you on Monday.